All right, ElkShape viewers, with Josh Jones. Again, we're at Spokane Valley Archery. We are gonna go over release aids 101 and also break down a little bit of differences in each one on the market and kind of give you the nuances. And Josh, a lot of guys get it twisted on, you know, they usually come in here with an index and they're gonna hammer that trigger. We'll get into why not. That's not the best way to go about it, but the most important thing today is for you to teach all the differences in the type of release aids and kind of the why behind each one.
All right, well, for starters, first releases that existed were dual jaw like this. So when you pull the trigger, it opens and both sides move. You let go, it closes. Now these mechanisms can operate in two different ways. This specific one, as you squeeze harder, there's a spring that pushes it apart. There's also more of a sear style where as you pull the trigger, it gets to a certain pressure and it just pops open. It doesn't have a spring close mechanism where you have to physically close it, but that's a dual jaw release, kind of the early methods. What came along after that was a single-sided closed style release where you squeeze the trigger, one side opens, let go of it, it closes. Now they can have the same type of mechanism options where you squeeze and it pops open versus gradually pull open, but that's a single-sided release or single jaw release. Next one that came along was an open hook style. So once again, only one side moves, and as you pull, it pops open like that, push it back closed. So this is a style where you squeeze gradual, and it pops open like so. That is a open hook style. This is closest to a target style release in a caliper style mechanism, or a little more hunting friendly. From there, you get into your handheld releases. This is a thumb button. Common terminology, they got a lot of different names, but in any event, if you squeeze on the thumb mechanism and you hear a click, that becomes loose. So, and as you've got pressure against it and you squeeze on the thumb, it pops open, mechanism comes open. Re-engage the button in the back, bring it back up to your loop, push it closed, ready to go again. Now the last one we're going to cover here is a true back tension release. There's a lot of different ones of these, a lot of different mechanisms, but most of them operate on a rotational, i.e. move your hand like this and it goes off. So what you should be doing in order to do that is to simply pull harder and keep this forefinger here relaxed and the release naturally rotates, as opposed to trying to physically move your hands. When you physically move your hands, you're not using your back to fire it. So how this will go, you pull it back, you run till you hear a click. This one has a click, I believe. There you go. That tells you you're close to it going off. So now you would focus on your target, start pulling, and it goes off. It's very hard to force it to go off, which is a really great training method and learning method for how to fire a bow without forcing it to go off. More of a surprise, per se. And those are your 5 different basic types of releases, and we're going to go through and actually fire each of them with a bow in our hand so you can get a visual of what it should look like up against your face when you're firing one of these. First one will be controlled.
Oh God.
Iron trigger. There we go. There's reasons